Hello and thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10, the edition which features flashback, a recap of stories that made headlines during the week. But first, today's news. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission has announced Fuad Laguda as the winner of the by-election in Surulere Constituency 1 of Lagos State. Returning officer Professor Simeon Adebayo announced that the APC candidate scored a total of 11,203 votes to defeat the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Jerry Afemige, who scored 278 votes, while the candidate of the Labour Party, Adeola Adebanjo, polled 240 to come third. Fuad Laguda will now replace the Chief of Staff to the President, Gbajabiamila, at the House of Representatives, who resigned after his appointment by President Bola Tinubu. Well, earlier today, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress voted at the polling unit 009 at Ward G in Surulere, where he commended the process. Ola Awako monitored the process at some polling units.
It is not 8 a.m. yet at Shita Roundabout in Surulere, Lagos, but some residents are out waiting to move to their polling units to exercise their franchise. Security operatives are on the ground across major junctions. INEC officials moving to their positions.
There are people going about the activities, getting ready for the election, the by-election that will commence by 8 a.m.
You are checking your name on the list before coming to us.
At Ward G polling units 009 and 054 at Randu Primary School, this electoral officer began enlightening voters at 8:35 and the voting proper started. The APC candidate Fuad Laguda voted at polling unit 009 at Ward G. He was pleased with the process, even as the turnout was low.
Well, so far it's been peaceful. It seems I just got here and I voted straight. There was no line. So I hope people will still come out and vote. We moved around. We appealed to people to come out and vote.
We also visited Ward F3, polling unit 025. The voting was free and fair.
Actually, people are still coming out. They are still coming. You know, we had a series of meetings overnight. So majority of the people are still resting. But we are still going to make sure they come out to vote in mass.
Voters across the polling units we visited gave pass mark to the Independent National Electoral Commission and the security operatives, but lamented the voter apathy.
We understand that by elections, people don't really show up. But as it is, we have enough security personnel on ground, and everything seems to be peaceful at the moment.
You would not even believe some people were not even aware that there was an election going out, you know, and some people didn't give a hoot, but we were able to convince people. And yes, you know, we had not too bad a turnout.
When you want to come out to vote, it shouldn't just be when it comes to presidential alone. Every arm of government is important, and you must have a say in it.
Sorting and counting started at most of the polling units around 2:30 p.m. Now the electoral officers are expected at the collation center, where the winner will be declared to occupy the seat of the representative of Surulere Federal Constituency 1. Ola Awako, TVC News, Lagos.
Labour Party.
Well, Chief of Staff to the President, Gbajabiamila, after casting his ballot, said it was a surreal moment for him as he voted for someone else to take his place at the House of Representatives. Sarah Ayeku captured the moment.
12 candidates from different political parties are jostling to occupy the Surulere Federal Constituency 1 seat in the Federal House of Representatives. The seat became vacant due to the resignation of the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gbajabiamila, who was appointed by President Bola Tinubu as his Chief of Staff after winning in May last year. Voting commenced at 8:30 a.m. in most of the polling units, with INEC ad hoc officials educating voters on the electoral process. Across Surulere 1 Federal Constituency, political parties had designated town criers mobilizing voters for Saturday's election.
We have a lot of things, landmarks to show for what the last rep for Surulere 1 did for us. So we're expecting whoever it is to continue from where the other person stopped.
I would take from Honorable Gbajabiamila as his work cut out. He has seen Gbajabiamila performed. He has seen that when you do well, you are likely to go back repeatedly, and then you'll be able to impact your constituency.
Resident Electoral Commissioner Gbajabiamila has adjudged the election to be peaceful in all the polling units, with no case of ballot snatching, vote buying, or thuggery.
We have been able to take the very first steps toward the successful conduct of the election by the opening of the polls very early. We've deployed all the materials and men on time, and we don't have any issue with the logistics.
This is the first time in 20 years the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gbajabiamila, will be voting for someone else other than himself on the ballot paper.
I feel elated, and at the same time I feel, wow, this is the end of an era. I've always come here in the last 5-6 terms to vote, and to vote for myself for the House of Representatives. And now it's surreal that I'm coming back here for the 7th time to vote for somebody else. By-election, so perhaps the turnout may not be as other elections where there are other interests at stake. But so far, so good. Very peaceful and well organized.
258 polling units across the Surulere 1 federal constituency. The police deployed 6,000 security personnel. While voters commend the peaceful process of this election, they are hoping that this new era will usher in dividends of democracy. Sarah Ayeku, TVC News, Lagos.
After voting at the Elizabeth Fowler Memorial School in Adeniro Ogunsanya in Surulere, Chief of Staff to President